Okay, we have brand new images of everything from the V19 Torrent all the way down to that turbo tank. Now, I have my opinions on this. I think it's actually in the majority. I guess we'll see. Gotta love Reddit. But we're going to start off with the V19 Torrent as it's the latest to, or rather the last to be shown here. I just want to say right off the bat, the figures, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I mean, come on. Clone Wars Kenobi with the arm printing and all that stuff. This is like peak figure right here. Clone Pilot, I think, looks really good. I know a certain someone's going to have some problems with this, and I understand. It would be nice if they could just, get printing down perfect, but I think this is great. And then Asajj Ventress, personally, it'll be my first Asajj Ventress, so I'm pretty happy about that. So minifigure-wise, I think this is pretty much almost a 10 out of 10. Maybe they could have included something else for the, $65, $70 price point. But other than that, I think the minifigures are great. The build, however, that is a midi scale set. That's just midi scale. In the pictures that was leaked earlier, this looked a lot bigger than it did here. I don't know what it was. Perspective can be a weird thing, but wow, yeah, it doesn't look all that great. I mean, what's great is we're getting this ship again, and it'll be my first V19 Torrent, which is great, or V19 Torrent Starfighter. But I don't know. It's part of the whole downscaling thing right now. It's just a shame. It's just a shame what's going on with it. But what are you gonna do, really? I mean, overall, I'm getting this set, but on clearance. I'm gonna say that for everything, but I mean, these look great. Asajj looks great. Clone Pilot looks great and accurate as far as I can tell. This is a little small, but I mean, you can't look at these figures and say they're not great. I don't know why this Obi-Wan is separate from the other figure showcases, but this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, the 327th Battle Pack. I wouldn't even pay $35 for this, let alone the $45 price point. This is highway robbery. Okay, let me talk about the set first. Sorry. This is cool. I don't know about that. I mean, whatever. That's just kind of weird. But this alone, I like recolors of stuff. So the 327th Clone Troopers alone, I'm excited for. But yeah, this isn't $45. It's just not. Not at all. I mean, we get 3 super battle droids or B2s, but this spider droid looks good. That's really it. It's these two, but that doesn't warrant $45. Something Lego's doing is putting the cost for these. They're counting the cost for these figures, which they shouldn't be doing. They know these are popular, and they're accounting that into their prices, I think, unless the inflation stuff is this bad. I don't know. But they know the aftermarket, and they want the money now. They don't want some random secondhand seller getting the money. They want the money now for these figures, and it's not that hard to tell, I think, at least. That aside, great spider droid, great, I forget what this is called, but this is great. This isn't $45. And this stupid little cannon, I see it everywhere. I don't know. This should be 30 tops. 30 tops. And even then, I would wait for a clearance. The last battle pack, like this, formatted almost exactly like this, was $30. Why is there a $15? I don't know. I don't know. Great. It's a great set. Not a great price. Also, I could go down the route saying there's no waist capes. Yeah, it sucks. But, you know, I'm just going to the Lego site from here on out. Okay. The MTT is wonderful looking. Wonderful looking. I love it. First MTT in a while. First MTT for me. It's not $160. It's not. It's just not. The Commando droids, great to have back. I know people are going through that whole they're gray, they're brown debate. I mean, based on what I know, they're brown. There could be gray ones. I know there's yellow ones from Clone Wars. I would love to see those. I just don't know if there is a gray one. That's the only thing with me. But whatever. Good to see that they're back in any facet, I think. This is great. This is great. You got the droid eyes up there, printed piece here. I mean, if you had to put a sticker on here, I don't think they would. I don't think Lego themselves would allow this to be a sticker, because that would be obscene. Let's be real. I think that's the only reason it's this way. But anyway, wish this was printed. Wish this was printed. Yeah. We can say that all we want. This droid rack is pretty dang cool. I think it's great looking. Now you could go down the route saying there should be space for more, which, yeah, I agree with 100%. And you'd think for $160 they could, but I guess they don't want to. I don't know. The other thing is that even if you can't fit them, why not just give us more? Like, just give us some more. Or actually, I thought about this last night when these pictures got released for these sets. Add a 327th Trooper in here. Just one or two. One or two. They already made the prints for it. They already have that set. Just add a couple in here so that people can army build a little more. It's going to take 2 cents out of their pockets total. They could have done it. But they didn't. In fact, if you really think about it, these are the only quote-unquote true minifigures. The rest are all battle droids for $160. Sure, there's the Return of the Commando droids, but those are kind of under suspicion of color right now. So I don't know. I don't know. It could have just used something else. Something. Ayla Secura is fine. I don't really have a problem with her. I know people are complaining about certain things, like the lip color and whatever, but I mean, and don't get me wrong, I do care. Just not as much as other people might. I agree if it's one of those things where it's like, it should have been right the first, or rather, if it wasn't right the first time and they had it this way initially, like the lips were this way initially, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But it's mainly because they've been accurate in the past with it. It's harder to see it inaccurate. So I get it, but I just don't think it's too big of a deal. It's just one of those things where I don't know why they thought to change it. Sometimes I think they change things just because change equals new, which adds more value to something, because let's say she's exclusive to this set. Guess what? You can only get that face print with a different lip color now that she's only in the set, and that drives the value up more. I don't know. New changes, new minifigure. That's all I'm saying. I think that's mainly why they do these things. I don't know. That's just what I glean from it. But either way, great looking build. Wish it was a little bigger, but it's fine. Stap over here, whatever. The knob in a weird place. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. I get what I would have hoped is that, like, maybe this, for example, had like a hinge and you could like open it and then the knob would be in there and you could like twist it from there. I don't know, something like that. I know that takes up space on the inside, but you know, it's Lego. They like to innovate. This isn't that innovative. I mean, I know it was like on the side, on like the other side for the other MTTs, but like, I don't know, weird spot for it, kind of like out in the open, you know. But yeah, this should have been $120 top. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about that one. Again, great, very nice. I'm just gonna wait for a big clearance, whether it's a year from now or 2 years from now, whatever. Now, this set, the Jango Fett's Slave 1, I cannot tell you how happy it is to have I am to have Lamasu. I wanted this guy. I was praying it was him. So weird. I really like the Kaminoans for some reason. Even as a kid, I thought they were like really cool. It's so great to see them in Lego form. Yeah, they're different from... I'm going to bring up the Complete Saga because Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, banger game. That's what I grew up with. Thought they were going to look more like that, but it makes sense that they don't. Very old game. I mean like head mold wise and like the neck. I expected the neck to be longer, but it's whatever. At least we're getting the figure. It took way too long, but you know, we're here, so I can't complain. Yeah, Jango doesn't have the arm printing like he does in the UCS Slave one. Yeah, the new range finder or whatever it is. Very nice, very nice. That's probably going to be my first. No, they were in the... Well, whatever set I get on clearance first. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Boba looks terrible. I'm not even going to... We all know that. I'm not going to comment on that. Lamasu. Another chef's kiss. I also like... actually, let me go to it. This cart right here. Not just a cart, but it can also hold up the Jango Slave one, which I know... I'm pretty sure was a function with the Boba Slave one in 2021. I didn't get that set, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that. Got the seismic charges. Very bland. Very, very bland compared to the UCS one. Wish there was a little something there. You know, $70 ain't going to get you much these days, unfortunately. I like the back box art. Great. It's on Camino. Very nice. I will say, though, classic complaint, a little too pricey. I know there's that whole price per piece ratio thing. Yeah. It's good for price per piece. It's very good for price per piece. I just think it should have been $60. Like, at the end of the... I mean, okay, maybe I have to wait until I have it in my hands. Common thing you have to wait for, of course. However, it does seem very small. And considering we have the Boba one, which, again, I don't have in hand, so I still can't judge that. But it looks small. It looks very small. I think $60 would have been amazing. That would be a day one buy for me. Just a little over what I would have liked it, but I understand price per piece. I'm sure people are happy. That's not 100% how I see it, but again, very nice set, very nice figures. 2 out of 3 1.5 out of 3 very nice figures. You know, whatever. Well, not whatever, but you know what I mean. Now, this is the only, what is it called again? Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past. Yeah, Rebuild the Galaxy. I watched that first season-ish, if you can call it a season, I don't know, of it. Good. I liked it. I mean, it's Lego making their own thing again, so, I mean, you can't really expect too much from it, but I think it was a creative thing to go about, and it gave us things like Jedi Vader and Darth Jar Jar, and my boy, Bounty Hunter C-3PO. Oh, yeah. Anyway, the build is awesome. However, okay, I just want to go over the side builds real quick. First of all, the Stap, another blue one. There's like the third or fourth blue one. I think the third blue one we've had this year. They all look different. This one especially. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I know this is supposed to be like a rebuilt world, hence rebuild the galaxy. But, it's still a step at the end of the day. I don't know. I don't know the differences of designers, whatever. I don't know about that. But it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just weird that it keeps changing. This is Darth Dev. Cool. I like it. I know he has arm printing on the left arm. That's cool. I like this. I think this is a good figure. Sig, I didn't get the original Sig. But the orange lightsaber is cool in itself. Also, this guy, I forget his name. It's on the box. Solitus. Sure, I don't know who you are. You look like Cad Bane, kind of, or like Squidward, or the dude who gets called Squidward from Infinity War. But, cool lightsabers. They're not... See, I'm having trouble. From these pictures, I can't tell if they're purple, like Mace Windu purple, or like a darker purple, or like a darker blue. I don't know. Either way, I like it. The fact that they're chained together is interesting. So I think minifigure-wise, this is cool. Very cool. Very unique. I never got any Freemaker Adventure sets. So this is another chance for me to get Lego Star Wars specific IP Lego sets. So cool. This speeder bike is cool. Hence the flames. It's cool now. It's just dinky looking. It looks like the one from the battle pack earlier this year. I don't know. It's like budget speeder bike. Whatever. Now this, the hot rod itself, or whatever they call it now, it's force burn or snow speeder. Okay. Great build. Great build. I love it. New cockpit piece. Amazing. Why is this $55? Well, why? Who are we joking with? Who does this? I don't know. I don't know the whole budgeting thing. I'm not, it's not like I work there, but what is that? What? I don't understand. I just don't. I'm going to keep complaining about the prices mostly. This is a 350 piece set, and it's $55. This should be no more than 35. No more than 35. It would have been perfect. Quite honestly, quite literally perfect. $35. But no, it's $20 more than that. Therefore, I will be waiting for a discount. Thank you. Now, we're going to end it off with a sigh and defeat. No UTAT. Yeah, that's disappointing. Quite simply, put it right there. Drop it on the table. It's disappointing. Maybe another 20 years from now. But, it's not a turbo tank. It's a juggernaut, which I guess, I don't know, same thing, I guess. I don't really know where the name turbo tank came from. It's just kind of what I went with. But Galactic Marines, fantastic. I love them. The dual molded heads. People complain that there's no green eyes, which, I agree. I wish they had it, but, if I die before this set comes out, I'm not going to be turning over in my grave. The lack of wastegapes, of course, come to expect it. But other than that, I think they're great. I don't know if should be printing on the back of their backpacks, but it doesn't look like there is. So, whatever, I guess. Less cost for Lego. So, good for them. The Commander Bakara is cool. I like the new head mold. He looks a little bare. Like, he just kind of looks like a normal white clone trooper, aside from the new molded helmet, which also I've seen complaints that it doesn't look great. I think it looks okay. I understand what people are saying, that it doesn't look amazing, but I think for what it is, for now, it's fine. I just think this Commander Bakara in particular just looks very bland without the wastegapes. Like him in particular. Like you got these colors that pop. Like I'm not saying colors have to pop. But I am saying he would have been beautiful with a wastecape. It would have given so much more, eye candy to him, more pleasing to the eye, I guess. But anyway, the fact that you only get 3 Galactic Marines It's kind of criminal. I wish it was at least 5 for, again, guess what? 160 clams. 160. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. All right. Brr. Anyway, should have been at least 5, I think. Ki-Adi-Mundi looks cool. For a jerk of a Jedi he is. He looks cool. That's pretty much all I have to say about him. 3 battle droids. Kind of lame. Kind of lame for $160. I mean, at least compared to the MTT, this one has more actual minifigs compared to, again, quote unquote, droids, not minifig looking things, whatever. I don't know their classification of it, but whatever the case may be, at least there's more, but it still doesn't cut it for me. Now, the one thing I want to say is I don't quite like the look of the turbo tank, and that's not nostalgia talking, because I don't own a turbo tank. I've only seen the past ones in, like, reviews. So I guess to an extent you could say I'm used to seeing it that way. But I honestly don't like the brick-built wheels. I don't. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of people who said they do like it and aren't fazed by it, which is great. I'm fine with that. You can like whatever you want. But I don't know. The fact that they have tire pieces and have used them in the past and they're not using them here now just kind of irks me in a way I never thought they would. I mean, it does the job, I'm sure, but I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it. Would be a better lineup if it had the waist capes and 2 more Galactic Marines. I'd say there's no problem with it, but this is a 7 out of 10 setup right here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just, what a shame. It's so good to see, but so sad to see at the same time. You get so much good things, but then with good comes bad. For there to be light, there needs to be dark, and vice versa, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I'm excited for the sets, but I'm not gonna pay $160 for these. I'm not gonna pay any of these max price. These are sets that nowadays commonly I wait a while to actually attain, which sucks, but that's the way it is. Anyway, if I were to chop it up last minute, this $30 should have been $30, no contest. V19 Torrent, aside from it being too small, should have been $60. It's $70, should have been $60, or is it $65? Either way, should be $60. It's not terrible, I guess, but $60 should have been tops for this. The MTT should have been $120 at most, because at least the build is good. And, you get Commander Bly and Aayla Secura and the Return of the Commando droids, whatever. $120 at most. This should have been $35, no question. This should have been $70. Again, $70 for this one is all right. I'm not going to go against that. But personally, I would have rather had it at $60. I mean, of course, everyone would prefer it to be cheaper, but you get the point. This, the Juggernaut, no more than 100. No more than 100 for me personally. It's like 800. It says it right here. It's 813 pieces. That is double price per piece. Actually, double price per piece. That's about it for me. I mean, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Yeah, I completely and totally forgot to go over the ATST. I mean, it looks cool. Again, the other one I think is a little better for 2007, I think that. But, I think that also might just be the old look of things that really give me... Okay, you know what? No, never mind. I take that back. It doesn't look worse than the other one. It just looks different. I'll say it looks different. I like it. I actually don't usually get Ultimate Collector Series sets, but this one I could see myself getting on a discount. Again, $50 too much. But with the figure and the arm printing, very nice to see. I do like it. I don't know. Still $50 overpriced. Now that's it. And I will see you guys later. Peace.